Today, Queens Centers for Progress is a modern agency with 600 staff in 3 major locations. They offer services and support to developmentally disabled people, promoting their independence, enabling community involvement, and enhancing their quality of life. But their beginnings were far more modest. It started with a group of parents who needed services for their children with cerebral palsy. QCP founder Natalie Rogers remembers.
Well, in the early 50s, a group of parents who had children with cerebral palsy got together and really didn't know what to do. And I heard about them because my husband had an associate who was a parent of a cerebral palsy child. And he knew I was interested in working with children with disabilities. He asked me if I would come to a meeting with them, and I did. I was one of the first non-parents who was involved in the Queens, at that point we called it Queens Cerebral Palsy, and then later it became United Cerebral Palsy of Queens. And I got together and I listened to their problems, and I said I'd like to help. And I became part of the group that founded and developed Queens CP. There were many other children and adults with disabilities similar to or comparable to cerebral palsy. And we found that the work that we were able to do could help an expanded group of people who needed it. We found a storefront on Parsons Boulevard between Jamaica Avenue and Hillside Avenue. And we opened up a little office at that point so that we could begin to see what had to be done to help some of the children who had the disability that was known as cerebral palsy. We didn't know very much about it, neither the parents nor any of the non-parents like myself. Just women who wanted to help volunteer, some people in government who wanted to participate and help get us some government funding. We had some lawyers, we had some people from all walks that we got involved in trying to give us a hand and help.
From these humble beginnings, the dedication and commitment of many volunteers created the foundation for today's agency.
QCP is really, it's made up of over 600 staff, several thousand individuals who we are serving on a regular basis and their families. And it's a group of people working together to help individuals who have developmental disabilities of one kind or another make progress in their lives. That's why we're here.
Our population, they are all diagnosed with a developmental disability. We have individuals who are also diagnosed with epilepsy, cerebral palsy. We have a number of individuals who are also diagnosed with dementia, and we are helping families, residences deal with the progression of that disease as they age.
Well, I think it's again, people who have either been born with or early in their lives have been faced with some serious challenges in terms of their ability to do many of the things that we take for granted. And yet, we really believe that everybody can learn. They may have different styles of learning.
And whether you're 20 years old or you're 50 years old or 60, you should be able to be in the place that you want to be and have the services to keep you there.
And we're all really focused on movement away from what had been an institutional model of care back in the 70s when Willowbrook and other unfortunate conditions were uncovered in terms of how people were living and being treated. And I think we all realized that there was a great deal that people could do to become more independent in their own lives, learn to make their own decisions, and where that decision-making ability had limitations because of the disabilities that the people come to us with, we were able to build some supports around the individuals so that they could be as independent as possible.
We definitely want to put as many people into the community as we can. We do that in a variety of ways. Like I said, we go to different senior centers. We also do a lot of different venues. So we may go bowling, we may go to different museums and different activities out in the community. Again, to expose our guys to as much as we can and enhance their quality of life.
We really believe that the more people with disabilities are integrated into the daily life of our community, the better it is for everybody.
The medical field is enhanced so much. Our guys are living longer. So that puts the emphasis on us that we need to provide better services for them to continue aging as healthy and productively as they can. I think it's wonderful that people can age in place. I think it's really important that people can find services and have services put in place so people don't have to be uprooted and changed, and their lives don't have to necessarily be uprooted.
But the change from a life that was center-based to one of greater independence can be difficult. For those who are ready to work and become involved in their communities, QCP offers transition services.
Transition services is a very important part of the QCP program because we have many individuals in center-based programs who really do want to work in the community. They're very interested in being more involved in their communities and working like everybody else. That's really what they want, and this is our way that we can help them attain that goal.
My goal for me is to get a job from here and continue helping the customers. Well, in the morning I work the grill and cook things for people, like eggs and stuff. And in the afternoon, I'll be over here serving, doing this whole side, serving hot lunch on this side. I enjoy working here because I get to help the customers and make food for them. What makes me feel good is the compliments I get from people, and they tell me I do a great job all the time.
We provide training through various community sites, senior centers, other volunteer endeavors. We have a training program in this building that works with food services.
I've had training for almost like a year almost now. Kate brought me in. She walked me through the program. I said, okay, Kate, what do you want me to do in the morning? She says, work in the cafeteria in the morning. I said, okay, Kate, no problem. That's how I started working in here.
We do that through learning about them, learning about what they like, testing out some different volunteer sites, working in the community, finding environments that work for them, and then helping to place them in a job that's appropriate for them.
And we're being trained by staff members that are helping us get outside jobs.
It's something new in a lot of these individuals' lives. They've been in center-based programming. They're very comfortable with it. Their families are very comfortable with it, but they want to work in the community, and it's an opportunity for us to really provide that path for them. So we have training in the community in community relations, things like food pantries, giving out food, working with seniors, working to help seniors in their home who may need some additional assistance, things like that.
I plan on helping the elderly, where helping them like in the wheelchairs and stuff, getting them out, going shopping for them and stuff like that. All good stuff.
It's our desire as transition services to place as many people as we can in community employment with the supports that they need to be successful at their jobs.
Oral Webb is one of those success stories. He's been working at Home Depot for 10 years now.
He's come a long way. Initially, he'd need a lot of questions answered, which was great, and he's picked up that knowledge, and now at this point, he operates with minimal supervision, so he's come a long way, in terms of merchandising especially.
I never stopped learning. I never stopped drawing. I maybe know a lot in artware, sometimes other department, but I keep learning. I never stop.
Oral's very detailed. He's got an eye for detail that's not ordinary. He kind of really has that, and he's got high standards when it comes to merchandising. So his aisles always look beautiful, and he's a definite contributor to the merchandising.
Anything that he try to put a mind on, try to advance, try to know more, try to because a world where we live not a pretty place, but knowledge is the key. And when you have knowledge, you can go very far.
QCP helped Matt Kennedy find employment as a custodian at this local retirement home. But he soon found a surprising musical opportunity to contribute even more to the residents there. Now, he also plays piano for them during lunches in the dining hall.
I'm a custodian. I come here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I sweep the floors. I make sure that the floors are clean, make sure that there's nothing underneath the tables and the chairs.
There's always certain things that come up. A resident moves out, we have to move out furniture. We have to get rooms ready. He helps me when I do bathroom floors. We have to break up a floor to put a new floor down. He helps me take care of that. So he's been very, very helpful. He's always completed his tasks as done. And he's just a good kid all around. He's very respectful for the residents, very nice, and very charming boy.
I was at an interview with Miss Aide, and she was asking me, oh, maybe would you like to, play for people during while they're having their coffee sessions and everything. So it's been a really good. I've had a good time doing it. It makes me feel great. It makes me feel like I'm trying to think of new things to play, and it's always been a dream of mine to play for people.
QCP's Children's Center made a difference for Ashley and her two sons.
Both my sons are speech delayed. Mason was worse than Alan. He didn't start speaking actually until we got him involved in Queens Center for Progress. I remember when we first moved here, everything was so overwhelming from Missouri. It was definitely a culture shock. And taking him anywhere, he was just so overwhelmed because he couldn't tell me how he was feeling or what he wanted. And being a young mom in a city, and I had no idea where I was going or what I was doing, and just having this little boy cry and scream and not be able to tell me what he wanted. And that is the worst feeling anyone could ever feel, especially a mother, not knowing what her son's really wanting. Queens Center for Progress has meant for Mason just being able to help him communicate how he's feeling and his needs. It has helped me as a mother be able to know what he wants. Today I feel like Mason is a little boy where you'd walk into a room and he will just captivate your heart. He will come up to you and he will talk to you. He will make you laugh. You will have no idea that he was this shy little boy that would barely speak maybe 5 words in his vocabulary. Now he has so many words. He will tell you a story. He will tell you a joke. He can write his name. He's learning the alphabet and numbers, and it's just amazing seeing his growth, and I can't wait to see what he's going to be like next year in kindergarten. I know that he would not be prepared for kindergarten if it wasn't for Queens Center for Progress and the hard work that they've done.
The work may well be hard at times, but the QCP staff combine special skills and training with a unique understanding that motivates their work.
The difficulty these children face is the fact that in their minds they're communicating. They know what they're saying, but because many of them are not verbal or may have a word or two, they can't tell people what they want. They can't say, I'm hot, can you take my t-shirt off? They can't say, I'm thirsty. They may just lay on the floor and scream. So their difficulty is really getting their wants and needs known, not only inside the classroom, but to anybody they come in contact with during the day. And that is their biggest challenge. Every child wants love. Every child wants to be happy. Every child wants to feel secure with themselves and secure with their friends, and everybody wants to play. At this age, they're babies. They want to play. So when they come here, and they start, I quickly try the best I can to assess each child, figure out what their needs are, not what their disability is, but what can I do to integrate them into the world? What can I do to make them functional so that they can tell somebody, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I don't like sitting in this chair, I want to go, I want to stay, I want a toy. It's my job to get them to get everything out. And we do that by modeling language. We use sign language in the classroom. We have picture cues. We use technology. We use iPads. We use augmentative communication systems. And that's what I love about my job, because the best thing is I can have somebody that doesn't say a word for 2 years. And by the end of 2 years, if I can get that child to look me in the eye and say hello, or I'm thirsty, I know I did my job. Our school is like a hidden gem. It is, you will be hard-pressed to find a staff that's more devoted, that's more caring. Many of the teachers that are here have been working for 15+ years. They're so dedicated to what they do and to the children that it becomes a family. And I've seen so many successes from kids that just came and didn't move or play or talk. And by the time they leave, they have friends. They're friends with staff, they're friends with their peers, and they're friends with the world. And that's what we really want, everybody out there friends with the world.
The Belrose campus of Queens Centers for Progress is home to several of its dayhabilitation programs. These provide services to promote self-improvement and household skills, enabling more independent living at home and in the community.
Everybody play with me.
Janet Ingber conducts the popular music therapy program there. She is also blind.
So when I come to you, see the little switch in my hand? You're gonna hit it one time when I come by. Okay? And if you hit it an extra time, it's not a big deal.
The music therapy program started in 1988. I am the only music therapist that this program has had. And the agency is a big proponent of music therapy, and they've made it very nice for me to work. They let me get a lot of instruments, and they are very good to me. The way I tailor it is I assess the individual and see what the activity I want to do is and how can they best participate in it. Would they need some hand-over-hand assistance with an instrument? Would they need more clear directions? It just depends on the individual, but I've been doing this a very long time, and I'm very confident in my abilities to make the assessment and make whatever accommodations need to be made. There are certain candidates that are more suitable. There's some people here that absolutely love music therapy, and they might have a behavior issue, but in music therapy, they're very actively participating and participating appropriately. Some people like music, but they're not that excited about doing a structured session, so it just really depends on the individual.
There you go.
I try to do my specialized groups where we're pretty much working on the same tasks, but I'm also in every group room at least once a week, so we do mixed sessions, we do specialized sessions. Like, for example, I have a singing group and we go out and perform, and I have other groups that work on socialization, but everybody in this program gets music therapy.
I'll start this way. Here we go. He's got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. All right, that's a little too slow.
Janet Ingber may be sight impaired, but she has a clear vision for helping others. There are 5 residential facilities located in the Belrose Center. Most are designed to meet the needs of people who are non-ambulatory and have severe physical limitations. They all provide safe, home-like environments.
Hi, my name is Ed Weiss. I'm the Director of Residences here at Queens Centers for Progress, and I'm here to show you House 3. Community living is an essential part of residential services. Welcome to our community room here in House 3. Residential services are so important for the families of the individuals who live here because they have to come to the acceptance that they're not able to care for their loved ones, and they have to put their trust in us to do so. It's such a great feeling for me and the rest of the staff here at QCP when we see that trust from the family, where they understand that their loved one has their own home, has their own life. They may have a disability, but there are people there to support them. House 3, like the rest of our 8 houses, has staff here around the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's also doctors, physician's assistants, nutritionists, psychologists, speech-language pathologists, physical therapists, and supervisors, qualified intellectual disability professionals. Working in a residential facility, obviously the challenge is meeting the needs of the residents. But the most rewarding part of it all is making a home, being there for these individuals in the good times and the bad times, supporting them through that, helping them connect with their community, helping them make friends, living life in its fullest.
Individuals seeking greater community involvement perform volunteer work at organizations like the SNAP Innovative Senior Center. Here they help prepare over 2,700 Meals on Wheels each day. Volunteers also assist in the cafeteria food programs. Socializing and playing games with the SNAP seniors helps create new friendships. And the SNAP Center staff appreciate the help.
They're invaluable here because they make the cold packs for us. They do 12 crates a day, which are 30 per crate. We need them daily. They do twice as many on Fridays, which is would be impossible for us to do that by ourselves. They're very valuable to SNAP.
They're very valuable. They're vital. They're vital to the success of our program. Without their help, we wouldn't be able to do 100% of the things that we try to get out on a daily basis. They also contribute to many of the programs that we have here at the center. They're more than welcome to participate in bingo. We have lots of presenters who come in and give us vital information to our seniors. So they participate in a wide variety of things. They not only volunteer, but they also participate in the social aspect that we have here at the center. There are relationships that are budding each day. We have new members that come in who are seniors, and they get to know the volunteers from QCP, and their relationship is one that that develops so uniquely that you don't see outside of the senior center. So they have wonderful relationships. The individuals come in, they don't even think of it as work. They think of it as a day to share with friends.
From toddlers to the elderly, today several thousand people of all ages benefit from receiving services and support from Queens Centers for Progress.
What we really want to do here at QCP is basically give the individual the opportunity to express what they want, dream, have a bigger picture of what they would like to do for themselves, and grow into that person. And what we can do here is bring them as close as they can to that dream and fulfill that dream for themselves. So it really is about being the individual and fulfilling that individualized dream. They can come here and continue to grow and be young adults and grow older with us, and we can still provide them with the support and assistance so that they can be important and they can have their own lives. They get plenty of opportunities to volunteer in local places of worship, nursing homes, the North Shore Animal League, libraries, where they use their activities, they use their skills to go out and volunteer and contribute to the community. I always say to all the staff, you know, a level of independence isn't just a standard bar. It's a level of independence for each and every one of us. All of our independent levels aren't the same. So the highest we can go with anyone depends on how much that individual wants to do. And most of our individuals want to continue doing. Our guys have been able to do marvelous things. They are unique. They are contributing citizens to this world, to this place, and it's because of the support and the assistance that the staff have given them. The individuals come here and they know they're important. They know that they matter. And as people say, they come into this program and they see the energy, they see the spirit, and how lively it is. And it's because of the combination of the individuals feeling comfortable and they're thriving, and the support and assistance that the staff can give them, that we're just one program. It's not just the staff with the individuals. It's really just a program of people working together.
I am Maryann McAleer, the Director of Development at Queens Centers for Progress. During this program, you have seen busy, creative people enjoying their day, learning new skills, and enjoying each other's company at QCP's programs. We are committed to providing person-centered services and supports for children and adults with developmental disabilities. The goal of these services and supports is to promote independence, achievement, and a feeling of inclusion in the community. We have several fundraising events during the year, and the revenue raised helps provide adaptive equipment that makes life a little easier for many of the people we serve. We also depend on donations from the community. You can visit our website at queenscp.org for more information, and you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/queenscp. Thank you so much for watching.